Welcome to the Pirls Stock Market Commentary video, your weekly window on stock market technical conditions, featuring the proprietary bull-bear point and figure market breadth summary chart for May 26th, 2019. Market breadth. With this past week's market decline, our bull-bear point and figure ratio at 0.69 fell from 0.77 last week. The total count of securities in bullish or bearish patterns increased 3% to 2,979. The count of bearish stocks increased 8%, while the count of stocks in bullish patterns decreased 4%. The Pirls P&F market breadth summary chart shows us a market now 2 weeks in bearish territory. Paid subscribers have access to the Open Office Calc data from which the chart is generated. You may become a paid subscriber by emailing S2P Market Signal at protonmail.com for payment and access instructions, or by signing up at Patreon. To receive the Pirls Stock Market Commentary via email, free of charge, simply enter your email address in the space provided and click Follow. The well-known market breadth indicator, the Nasdaq McClellan Summation Index, fell 160 points for the 10th decline in 12 weeks. At a negative 38.18 points, it continues below all 7 tops above plus 100, and it continues above all 5 bottoms below minus 100 in the last 30 months. Volume analysis. In this week's volume analysis, the Nasdaq Composite Index ended in neither accumulation nor distribution mode, with average daily volume lower than the prior week. In the last 2 weeks, the Nasdaq had 1 accumulation day and 3 distribution days. Accumulation days are counted when the index closes up on higher volume than the prior market day, while distribution days occur when the index closes down on volume higher than the prior market day. Last week, the Nasdaq ended in distribution mode on lower average daily volume. Momentum. The CCI 20 daily, now in a Woody's downtrend, is at negative 108.04, down from negative 72.65 last week. We wait for the CCI 20 daily to return to the plus or minus 50 range for a Woody's zero line reject short entry signal. In Woody's CCI trading system, 6 consecutive bars above or below zero are required for a change of trend. The weekly CCI 20 of the Nasdaq Composite Index began a Woody's uptrend 10 weeks ago, while the daily CCI 20 began a Woody's downtrend 2 weeks ago. The CCI 20 weekly in a Woody's uptrend at a positive 18.02 fell from a positive 50.16 last week. With 16 weeks above zero, it continues in a Woody's uptrend and is now within the plus or minus 50 range required for a valid zero line reject long entry signal. Industry rotation the last 2 weeks. All of the top 5 industries are positive, and all of the bottom 5 are negative. Summary: REITs and some tech on the top. Oil services and some tech on the bottom. Bullish: REITs and computer hardware continue in the top 5. Oil services continues in the bottom 5. Networkers has left the bottom 5. Bearish: semis and disk drives continue in the bottom 5. Focus this week from Greg Hunter's USAWatchdog.com. Quote, greatest crash in history coming in 2019. End quote. Bo Polny. The following are some key excerpts and a link to the video interview. Financial analyst Bo Polny made a huge contrarian call on election night 2018. He predicted the stock markets would not rally, but rather sell off by the end of the year. He was right. The Dow was down nearly 20%. What is he predicting now? Polny says, quote, "The reason the stock market crashed in the month of December is because, basically, we are leading up to the greatest crash in history, which is going to hit this year. The crash that happened in December is only a prelude to what comes this year. So that was only leg 1 down, and leg 2 is going to be much, much worse. It's a replica of the great crash of 1929. That massive crash is about what is to be experienced this year, but worse." End quote. Polny thinks the next stock market sell-off will start in June, but not everything sells off. Gold, silver, and cryptos are going to spike higher. Polny explains, quote, "The crash that comes in July is going to blow away the crash that comes in June. Then there is going to be a rush to safety. People will flee to safety. Remember, how much money have they printed? How much money do we not know that they printed? You know about that whole game of the 21 trillion in missing money. With all of this money that has been printed, all of this money has to go somewhere. People will lose faith and confidence in this paper-based system. The cycle foretells the end of the paper-based monetary system beginning in July. Gold is going to jump in June, initially. They are then going to try to hammer it back down. Once it jumps, they are going to start to lose control. When July hits, that's when it will get pretty epic. By year end, Bitcoin, gold, and silver will all be at new all-time highs." End quote. Polny says the changes in the financial system will be vast. Polny explains, quote, "A new financial time point will begin. A new era of time begins before the end of this year. The world will change into a new system." End quote. Polny says the new system will not be paper-based. Polny says, quote, "What is paper? The U.S. dollar, the treasuries, the stock markets, 401ks, IRAs, derivatives, and all of those instruments were used to control the price of gold and silver. When events happen that destroy the paper-based system or the faith-based system and confidence breaks, you are going to have massive fleeing into something that actually holds value. Blockchain will become the next go-to in terms of monetary transactions. So blockchain and major cryptocurrencies, gold and silver, those 3 things are going to be the 3 huge assets in the future, because the old dies. The whole point we are talking about is prepare, prepare, and prepare. End quote. Thank you for watching this week's Sand to Pearls Stock Market Commentary video featuring the proprietary bull-bear point and figure market breadth summary chart compiled by Donald Pearl. S2P market signal at protonmail.com. For Sand to Pearls Stock Market Commentary, I'm Cynthia Pearl, hoping that you are enjoying a peaceful and pleasant holiday weekend, that you are looking forward to a prosperous and productive week coming up, and wishing you true success.